So I just want to thank everybody for joining us today on the Ask Doc Live. Hope you all had a blessed day yesterday, spending time with family, and even if you have to search hard, I hope you found things that you're able to be grateful for and thankful for. So the content of this program is to provide nutritional education information only. This program is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician. The FDA requires us to let you know that our products are not meant to treat, prevent, diagnose, or cure any diseases. And any testimonials that are shared on this program are real life results using the products mentioned and recommended by Dr. Joel Wallach. As an empowered individual, you do have options available, and we are honored to have one of the founding fathers of epigenetics here to guide us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health. Dr. Joel Wallach. Dr. Wallach, welcome.
Well, thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, John T. Thank you, everybody. Just really appreciate people being here on Black Friday. Most people are out shopping, either virtually or in reality. But we have so much to share. And again, I just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And remember that the Thanksgiving was put in place when we achieved our independence. And so this is a very, very important holiday. And so I get breathless every time I think about it, all the things that were done to accomplish it. Well, I want to start out with some regular diseases. But first, I want to start out with a couple of famous athletes that have died here in the last week. Now, you have to appreciate, back 25 years ago, I was working a lot with Olympic athletes, professional athletes, semi-pros, university athletes, company teams, and so forth, all over the world. And I'm the guy that rebuilt Evander Holyfield when he had his heart attack and lost his championship to Michael Moore. I rebuilt his heart with our Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, and he came back and beat Mike Tyson to regain his championship. An impossibility for somebody who has a near fatal heart attack. You got to be kidding me. And then Theo Ratliff, he had knee problems and hip problems and a fracture in his arm. They took his contract away from him at the Atlanta Hawks. And I rebuilt him in 90 days, and he got a $35 million contract back. Oh, that was per year, not, and he played 11 more years. And I came up with a CD entitled Dead Athletes Don't Lie. I got the statistics, and the athletes, professional athletes, regardless of the sport, the average lifespan of professional athletes was 62, and the average lifespan of people who are doing everything wrong is 75. Okay, and not exercising and eating all the wrong foods and everything. The average lifespan in America is 75, except for professional athletes is 62. And except for basketball players, basketball players were unique, and their average lifespan was 51. Okay, and then I came up with another CD to kind of go along with Dead Athletes Don't Lie. People say that's kind of severe, Wallach, and so I came up with Exercise Without Supplementation is Suicide. Okay, everybody who has a child or a grandchild or a cousin or a brother and sister or a spouse who is exercising, going to the gym, playing sports of any level, they need to take the 90 essential nutrients, right? Get off all the bad foods and take our rebound. But let's get them that CD set, Dead Athletes Don't Lie and Exercise Without Supplementation is Suicide. The top world soccer player, Diego Maradona from Argentina, got a subdural hemorrhage, bleeding underneath the membrane covering of the brain. He was 60 years old, and he went in for surgery to the best doctors in Argentina. They took the blood clot out, and they're celebrating, okay, we got the blood clot, operation success, and then he dies. And so they blamed his death on a heart attack, but again, it goes along with our statistics. The third leading cause of death in hospitals is medical errors. And here's a case where the surgery is a success, but the patient died. Diego Maradona, greatest soccer player ever from Argentina. And then Marcus Paul. Marcus Paul was a strength trainer for the Dallas Cowboys, and he had played for the, let's see here, he had played for the Chicago Bears, he played for the New York football team and several other teams, played 71 professional games, and had been a strength trainer for the Dallas Cowboys for 3 years, and he exercised on Thanksgiving morning with the team. He goes back to his office and he's sitting at his desk, and his office connected with the weight room, and it had a big glass plate window there, and everybody in lifting weights could see him shuffling papers on his desk, and he stands up and drops dead at age 54. So neither Diego Maradona or Marcus Paul lived to be 62. And both of them should have, lived to be 62 because they were the best of the best of the best athletes, but yet they died at 54 and 60 because I guarantee you they weren't supplementing and they were really slamming down the carbohydrates. Then I want to talk about type 2 diabetes. In the world, again, there's 463 million diabetics, according to the World Health Organization. According to the CDC here in the United States, there's 32 million Americans with type 2 diabetes. It's a simple nutritional deficiency disease. And medical doctors say, yeah, you're under control. Okay, well, that just means they're lowering your blood sugar. That's like saying, I'm going to give you an aspirin here and or some opioids, and your knee pain goes away. Oh, I love my doctor. I had pain in my knee for 5 years, and he gave me these opioids. My pain went away in 3 minutes. But then in 2 years' time, you're going to have two $50,000 knee replacement surgeries. Okay, and so that's the difference between these medical doctors and what we do. I'm going to go back to the year 459, the year 459 BC, before Christ. And there was a guy by the name of Hippocrates. Actually, he was Hippocrates II, okay, because his father, I think, was called Hippocrates also. And he was born on the Greek island of Kos, okay? And he became famous because he came up with what was called the Hippocratic corpus. And one of the most famous things in the Hippocratic corpus, which was his philosophy, and there were no medical schools at that time, and he came up with the idea of having medical schools so all healers would be given the same information. So he's considered the father of medicine. But the only really good thing that I think he came up with was that, two things. Number one was first do no harm. And everybody's kind of heard that, first do no harm, as part of the Hippocratic Oath. When doctors graduate medical school, they have to raise their hand and take the Hippocratic Oath. And part of the Hippocratic Oath is first do no harm. That's one of the greatest things ever said by a human. Okay. And then secondly, he said that all treatment, because all diseases are natural events and not bad spirits. He was the first guy to kind of recognize that. Up until then, even for thousands of years after him, everybody knew that everything was caused by evil spirits, right? But he realized that it wasn't. And he said, all of our healing substances will come from the earth, from the water, from the air, and from fire. So he was kind of on it. He didn't say we have to manufacture artificial drugs, okay? Well, he died 90 years later at the year 369 at 90 years of age. Well, since then, since the year 369, guess what? Nothing has changed in medicine. Doctors still treat symptoms. The only drug that cures anything are antibiotics. They can kill staphylococcus, streptococcus, salmonella, E. coli, that kind of stuff. Other than that, all other drugs just relieve symptoms. Okay, and the person goes on and still dies. Well, I came up with a new replacement for the Hippocratic corpus, which is 2,300 plus years old. Okay, it's called the Wallach corpus. It's a 2 CD set, and it's based on 2 years of lectures I gave through Canada, and I was followed by a professional recording group and recorded all of my lectures there. And there's 2 CDs, so it's an hour on each CD. It goes into so many diseases that are thought to be genetic or that sort of stuff. and really just changing the diet and getting on a supplement program, the 90 essential nutrients, they all go away. So this 2 CD is available now, 2 CD set, the Wallach corpus is available now. And of course, it's a companion CD set that goes along with the 2 CDs, epigenetics, the death of the genetic theory disease transmission. So, and we're looking for help, and we're growing like crazy all over the world. This is not the only Zoom I'm doing. I do Zooms in about 10 countries right now. And so it's one of those things where we're all over the place with this information because nobody else has the information. Nobody else has the products. Okay, so we're looking for help. It costs you $50 a year. Costs you $50 a year to maintain your Youngevity franchise. And oh, by the way, I often don't say this, but in exchange for that $50, in addition to being a legal business where you get all the tax deductions of billionaires, we also give you, without any extra cost, $500 worth of a variety of products. We give you $500 worth of products. You get a legal business, which you can get tax deductions, thousands of dollars per month if you run your business out of your home. And it costs you $50 a year. Now, if you want a McDonald's franchise, you got to pay $10,000 a year. Let's see, is $50 a year worth it? Well, yeah, especially you're getting $500 worth of free product every year. That's not just the first time. That's every time you renew, you get your $500 worth of stuff. Okay, so I urge you to really take advantage of this. Now, when you're at home, don't just sit there and watch TV all the day. Everybody needs your help. And of course, all your customers will pay wholesale. If they get an auto ship, I pay the shipping. I don't know how to make it any better than that. Okay.
So Dr. Wallach, let
yes.
me just ask you a question real quick, because I know whenever somebody comes in with a CEO pack, they get $600 worth of product for $500, and that includes their distributorship.
That's correct.
Then the renewal date, it's $50 per year.
And you still get your $500. Every year you do that, you get $500 worth of stuff.
I did not know that.
It's not the initial. It's not only the initial year, it's every year.
All right. Well, thank you for that information.
Okay, let me just take a couple of more minutes here on the COVID thing, and then we can, go to callers, or you guys can ask me questions, whatever you want to do. But there's so many things happening, and it's one of those things where everything is spiking again because everybody's saying, okay, the vaccination is coming. We can take our mask off. We don't have to wash our hands anymore. We can all run together and hug and kiss, and then they all die. Okay, because they're depending on the vaccination to do everything. Well, remember, there's been plagues every year since thousands of years before the coming of Christ. They were called plagues. Today they call them pandemics, but it's the same thing. You can imagine this happening 500 years before the coming of Jesus and 150 years before the coming of Hippocrates. All these plagues, and everybody knew they were caused by evil spirits, which would come every spring. Okay, because the evil spirits were being transmitted by mosquitoes. The biggest thing that ended most of the plagues and pandemics was DDT, which sprayed the swamps and killed the mosquitoes. We interrupted the life cycle of those bugs by getting rid of the vector, the carrier of the bug, not by getting a new quinine, okay, or a stronger quinine, or a malaria vaccination. We just killed the vector that transmitted the bug by spraying the swamps. And everybody hates DDT, but it saves billions of people every year. DDT saves billions of people every year by killing the mosquitoes. What about that? Okay, now let's go to, again, I want to go to two of my favorite sort of companies because they're about the same, almost identical population, 126 million people. And in Japan, with 126 million people population, they have 139,929, almost 140,000 diagnosed with COVID, 2,000 deaths. 2,000 deaths. Okay. And so let's go to Mexico, the same population, 127 million people. Instead of 140,000 diagnoses, let's see here. Mexico has 1,078,000. Okay. Almost 10 times the amount of infections. Oh, And the deaths are 104,000, actually almost 105,000, more, and which is 103,000 more than Japan, which is 2,000. Let's look at another couple of them here. Let's look at Thailand and England. Both of them have 67 million people. England has 1.5 million infections and 55,000 deaths. Thailand has 4,000 infections and 60 deaths. Huh, okay. Let's look at Taiwan and Texas. They have identical populations, 25 million, okay. And Texas has 1.1 million infections and 21,000 deaths. Taiwan, with the same population, has 600 infections and 7 deaths. Well, you'll notice it's always the Asian countries that have the lowest number of infections and the lowest number of deaths. Is it a genetic thing? No. Let's look at just a couple more here. Let's see here. Let's go to, let's see here. Let's go to 11. All right. Let's go to, okay, Singapore, okay, and 5 million people. And let's go to Ireland and about the same number of people. Okay. Ireland, same number of people as Singapore, about 6 million. Both of them about 6 million, 5.7. Okay. So Ireland has 70,000 infections and 2,000 deaths. Singapore has 58,000 infections and only 58 deaths. So even though they had a lot of infections, the death rate is, like 2% of what it is in Ireland. Why? Okay, why is it these Asian countries have such a low death rate compared to the European countries? Well, that's because all the Asian countries live on rice, sweet potatoes, and vegetables. All the European countries live on wheat, barley, rye, and oats, and fried foods. Okay, so it's very scary. And it's one of those things where you can also look at Taiwan and Texas. Taiwan has the same population as Texas, about 25 million, 26 million. Texas has 1.1 million infections and 21,000 deaths. And Taiwan has 618 infections and 7 deaths. Okay, and that's because, again, the Asians are living on rice and sweet potatoes and vegetables, and everybody else in the United States and Europe are living on wheat, barley, rye, and oats. When you eat wheat, barley, rye, and oats, you're in trouble because you cannot make antibodies because your villi and your intestines go away, and your intestines are like a smooth plastic tube. It doesn't look like a shag rug anymore. You cannot absorb nutrients, even if you're supplementing. So the nutrients don't get to the bone marrow. Your bone marrow cannot make antibodies, cannot make white blood cells, which go through the bloodstream and kill and eat the viruses, cannot make red blood cells or platelets. And the biggest cause of death when you have COVID, the Spanish flu, H1N1, is not a viral respiratory infection, but hemorrhaging. Okay, so this all goes together. And so if you know somebody who is, what should I say? If you know somebody who is having to go to the doctor every month for a B12 shot or an iron shot, their bone marrow's dead. They can't make red blood cells and platelets. They can't make white blood cells. Okay, so got to get them off of gluten, get them on the 90 essential nutrients. With this COVID, I'd get the big hammer. Okay, get them on the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, Killer Biotic, our colloidal silver. Okay, we also have the hand sanitizer in 4-ounce bottles and also family-sized pint bottles. Okay, wear your mask, do all the right things, but take your 90 and stay away from the gluten, and your family will survive. Of all the companies in the world, we have the fewest number of people who have contracted COVID, and I don't know of any death. In fact, we were having an executive Thanksgiving dinner yesterday, and I couldn't find anybody who knew of anybody from Youngevity, their immediate families, our associates and distributors and customers that have died from COVID. The whole world can be as safe as we are, but they got to do what we do. So I want to say, okay, Rebecca, back to you. Are we still on the air?
Yes, we are still here. We are still
Okay.
here. And I just, the statistics just blow me away. How different countries and just changing a few things in your diet, mainly grains with gluten, can make such a big difference. It's
Yeah.
just incredible.
Yeah. Well, let me give you one
And-
more. Let me just give you one more. It'll really blow your mind, because India, 1.4 billion people, the same population as China, biggest populations on earth. And they have 9 million infections and 134,000 deaths. Now, what makes it interesting is 95% of the deaths occur in the 1/3 of their states. Only 5% of the deaths occur in 20% of the states. And 86% of the infections occur in the same 10 states, and only 14% occur in the same states where they have 5% of the deaths. What's the difference? Well, the difference in the 20 states that have 5% of the deaths and 16% of the infections is they live on rice and sweet potatoes, and the ones that have 95% of the deaths and 86% of the infections live on, you got it, wheat.
Yeah, that's just a crazy adjustment.
And that data is from the World Health Organization. I got it from the World Health Organization.
I would say that they're going to give the most information, right?
Well,
is that
not only the
information
most,
we can trust?
It's information we can trust, and it's also non-biased. Okay. In other words, the actual countries are going to give you biased information to protect themselves as much as they can. Whereas the World Health Organization, they're just reporting what's, the numbers are.
And that's what we want to hear.
Yep.
Awesome. Tell it straight to us, just the way it is. Don't sugarcoat it. And Dr. Wallach, that's one thing I love about you.
Well, that's my military training.
I think you've got a lot of training that contributes to that.
Yeah. And 32,000 autopsies.
Yeah, that takes a little bit of discipline and not fudging numbers.
No.
So we appreciate that and that information and how that has really contributed to put your formulas and putting the products together so that we can benefit from all of your research and have better health.
That's correct.
So
and don't forget,
Dr. Wallach.
Yeah, drjwallach.com, drjwallach.com, all lowercase. You can get my books and CDs and DVDs there.
Absolutely. Again, that's www.drjwallach. Wallach is spelled WALLACH.com. You can also find his most popular books, at AskDocLove.com. We do have a store there for products, and we also have links to his books. So I just want to thank everybody for joining us today. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule on this day after Thanksgiving to join us. So I know we have a few people with their hands up. And as you're listening, whether you're here with us live or on one of the recordings, we want to invite you to AskDocLive.com. And if you have never ordered any of the Youngevity products, we do have a store there for you. We also have a call team that is standing by to answer your questions at 855-949-7234. Or you can go to the invitation that invited you to this program. And if you have health questions, reply to that invitation with your questions, and we will get products information to you. And we also offer free consultations, which is a special going on today and this weekend. So, Dr. Wallach, we have a few people with their hands up here, and I would like to.
Let's go for it.
To unmute you, please accept that, and you are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, my name's Arlene.
Hi.
Thank you so much for taking my call. I have an irregular heartbeat, a lot of heart palpitations. It feels like it's skipping a beat. And I have very bad varicose veins. My cholesterol is also very high. Total cholesterol is 301. My LDL is 195. I went to the heart doctor. He thinks I have clogged arteries, and he wants me to take a radioactive stress test.
Okay. How old are you? Is it Arlene?
Yes, I'm 62. I weigh 107, and I'm 5'4".
Okay. Your weight is good for your height. Perfect. Okay. And so, at any rate, did your doctor suggest that this irregular heartbeat could be called AFib, atrial fibrillation, or tachycardia?
He said it was a possibility, yes, but he's not
Okay.
100% sure.
Well, no, he got to put you in the hospital and run tests, right? He's got kids in college. Come on. And so, let's see here. Do you have any ringing in your ears? Do you have that tinnitus, that noise in your ears?
No,
Okay. Do you have any balance problems? Any dizziness?
no, I'm not dizzy.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any white, gray, or silver hair?
A little gray, very little.
Okay. Okay. But you do have varicose veins, right?
Yes, very bad.
Very bad. Okay. Now, the same deficiency that causes varicose veins causes white, gray, and silver hair can also contribute to osteoporosis of the skull, which can cause a closing of the canals that the nerves go through, including the nerve that controls the rate and rhythm of the heart, called the vagus nerve, the 10th cranial nerve. Have you shrunk any in height? You say you're 5'4" now. Were you 5'5" at one time, or?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't think
But anyway,
so.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any history of any dental problems or vision problems?
I do wear glasses. Over the past year, my eyes have gotten worse. I went to the eye doctor. He said he saw the beginnings of cataracts, and I do have dry eyes.
Okay. Well, the fact that you have dry eyes and your vision is slowly getting worse, okay, you have osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing the 10th cranial nerve, the vagus nerve, which is causing this heart issue. And then you're also squeezing cranial nerve number 2, which is the optic nerve, causing a slow squeezing of that second cranial nerve called the optic nerve, which goes to the back of the eye. Now, I want you to, get a hold of the book Epigenetics. There's a CD set that goes along with it. And then the Wallach's corpus. I talk about 27 people who, over a period of years, became legally blind for 6, 8, 10, 12 years. They were legally blind. And I said in a meeting that I could reverse that. And the eye doctor jumps up and called me a liar. And so I said, okay, well, let's have a wager here. You bring me, I'm going to make a long story short. You bring me charts of your patients you've diagnosed. They're legally blind, 6, 8, 10 years. And if I can reverse that and they're being able to read without glasses in 90 days, will you apologize in public? Will you buy me a nice, expensive bottle of red wine from France? Will you take me out to Ruth Chris's Steakhouse? Okay. And pay for all the products for all those patients? He says, you're on. To make a long story short, 90 days, he had to pay for all the products of the patients. He had to stand on the street corner and wave to everybody and say, I called Dr. Wallach a liar and I have to apologize in public because I'm the one that had it all wrong, blah, 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 blah. He bought me the bottle of wine and took me out to Ruth Chris's Steakhouse. Okay. And that story in great detail is in the book, of course, epigenetic. It's in the CD set epigenetic, but it's also in the Wallach corpus in even greater detail, because I was going through Canada and they hadn't heard me yet, so I had to go start at the beginning. And so the Wallach corpus replaces now the Hippocratic corpus, and it tells all the stories. So here we go. What you need to do is get rid of all the bad stuff so you can maximize absorption. Everybody in your household, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bran, rye, oats, no sugar. And then I want you to take one healthy brain and heart pack per month. And I want you to get another bottle of our selenium, not selenium from Walgreens, our selenium, because it has 5 other cofactors in it. One of those cofactors is the one that's missing that results in varicose veins and white hair, okay, and also contributes to osteoporosis all over the body, including the skull. So I want you to take 3 of our selenium with the 5 cofactors in it at breakfast and 3 at dinner time. 1 bottle comes with the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. We should take a half a dose of everything in that Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. I also want you to get 1 bottle of the MSM, so you can take 3 of those twice a day. It'll help rebuild the skull, help rebuild the varicose veins and stuff. And let's see here. Because you have the heart issue and your doctor thinks you might have some blood clots somewhere, I would doubt it, but let's go with the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Take 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. And the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets will support healthy blood pressure and healthy blood flow through blocked arteries, whether it's in your brain, your eyes, your heart, coronary arteries, your kidneys, and all that kind of stuff. And so that's 3 of the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets twice a day minimum. If you want to go 3 times a day, you can do that too. But a minimum of 3 twice a day is 2 bottles a month. If you're going to take 3 times a day, it'll be 3 bottles of the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. And then give us a call every 2 weeks, because Arlene, you are going to be an enormously exciting testimony for so many thousands of people, because you have a combination of problems is very common. And I can stand up in a lecture of 1,000 people, and I will see people with the gray hair, and I say, okay, and out of 1,000 people, I'll see maybe 150, 200 people with the gray hair. And I say, okay, all you people with gray hair, stand up. And I say, okay, all of you that have varicose veins, sit down. And they all sit down. Because the same cause of the white, gray, and silver hair is the cause of the varicose veins. Okay?
Okay. Dr. Wallach, thank you so much. God bless you for the work you do.
Well, thank you, Arlene. And please call us every 2 weeks when you go back to the doctor and he says, well, I don't know why, but all your problems are gone. You might want to see if we can do have him call in, and we'll educate him. Maybe he'll even join us.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. So, Dr. Wallach, we have McQueen who has a question in the chat. And
okay.
There's a lady named Rosa who's 76 years old, 5 foot 8.5 inches tall, and she has a problem with anemia. What would you recommend for somebody to take for anemia? This is something I overcame very quickly.
Okay.
So I'm
anemia.
excited to share this information.
Okay, good. So Rosa has anemia. Do we have any more information about her? How old she is? What does she weigh?
Yes, she's 76 years old and 5 foot 8.5 inches.
Oh my, okay.
150 pounds.
Okay, well, that's about right. Okay, very good. All right, but her problem is anemia. Does she have blood pressure problems, anything like that?
It doesn't mention anything about blood pressure problems.
Okay, well, the odds are at 76 years old, she has some osteoporosis filling up her bone marrow cavity. She has what's called dysplasia of the bone marrow, okay? And she'll be one that would go to the doctor's office every month for a B12 and an iron shot. She may have to get a transfusion once every month or 2 to get platelets and red blood cells from somebody else, because her bone marrow is dead, okay? Cannot make red blood cells, platelets. And these are the people who kind of bleed to death, right? Because they can't make platelets. And that's why they have them come in to get a transfusion every month or so. So they get platelets from somebody else. So absolutely none of the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bran, rye, oats. She weighs 150 pounds. I'd have her take 2 Healthy Brain and Heart Packs per month, 2 Healthy Brain and Heart Packs per month, a full dose of everything twice a day, full dose of breakfast, full dose of dinner time. I want her to get the MSM tablets, get 2 bottles of MSM tablets, so she can take 3 with each meal. That's going to help her rebuild her skull, rebuild all the bone marrow cavities so she can make white blood cells, red blood cells, platelets, antibodies. I also want her to have vitamin D3. I want her to take 3 of those twice a day. It's 2 bottles a month so she can absorb the minerals and put them in her bones. I want her also to get her glucogel. She can take liquid glucogel, be 2 quarts a month, so she can take an ounce twice a day, or she can get 2 bottles of the capsules. She could take 5, 3 times a day, the capsules of glucogel. And it wouldn't hurt for her to take the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, she could take 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. And that will support healthy blood pressure, but also support healthy, like I say, blood pressure, and support healthy blood flow through blocked arteries, in case there are some blocked arteries. Because at her age, again, she could have some blockages in her coronary arteries. She can have them in her brain, and she got some vascular dementia, all that kind of stuff. And so, just ask her to please contact us every 2 weeks. Let us know if things are improving or staying the same or getting worse, so we can tweak things. And then, of course, we're really trying to get this Wallach's corpus out there to go along with the epigenetics CD set and the epigenetics book. And that's going to add that information, and taking the products will add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life. Statistically, we have all the data.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. So next we have
Rebecca, you're muted. Rebecca, you're muted.
how about Tom has a question in regards to vertigo. 80 years
Okay.
old,
Okay.
5'8" and 140 pounds.
Okay. Well, vertigo is almost always caused by osteoporosis of the skull, not too unusual for somebody who's 80 years old, not supplementing properly and eating improperly. And it's caused by a squeezing of the vestibular branch of the 8th cranial nerve. When the auditory branch of the 8th cranial nerve gets squeezed, you slowly lose your hearing and you get that tinnitus or the ringing in the ears. When the vestibular branch of the 8th cranial nerve gets squeezed, when you have osteoporosis of the skull, you get vertigo. It used to be called vertigo, and now it's called Wallach's vertigo, because I showed that it is, in fact, a nutritional deficiency and not just an old age thing. Everybody think, well, you're 70 years old, postmenopausal woman, had 5 kids, you're bound to have osteoporosis. No. A couple of months, I'll be 82 years old. Okay. And I don't have osteoporosis. I don't have ringing in the ears. I don't have balance problems. I don't have arthritis. I don't have back problems. I have all my own teeth except one, which was knocked out in a fight. And then it's one of those things where I don't have any problems. No high blood pressure, no diabetes, no kidney failure. I'm not on dialysis. I don't have any respiratory stuff. No skin problems. I don't have any bowel problems, no irritable bowel syndrome, no celiac disease, no ulcerative colitis. Okay, I don't have any of that stuff. And people say, you must have good genes, Wallach. No, I have a good diet. I've been on a gluten-free diet for 72 years, and I've been on the supplements, the 90 essential nutrients, for 72 years. And for, the cost of a cup of coffee a day, you can add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life. You don't have to go to a doctor to see if you have diabetes. Okay. You can just get the book, Let's Play Doctor, or get the book, Hell's Kitchen. Either one, Let's Play Doctor or Hell's Kitchen. You go to a pharmacy without a prescription, and you get the test strips for $1.50 a piece. You don't have to sit in a waiting room with COVID people coughing on you. Okay. You don't have to pay $100 for the office fee. You don't have to pay $200 for the laboratory fee. It only costs $1.50 for one of those test strips to see if you have diabetes. The same thing is true with obesity. If you have a home scale, or even if you go to the grocery store or the pharmacy and stand on their scale or your scale, if you're 25 pounds over your ideal weight for your height, and you can just ask Siri what your weight should be at your height. Okay. If you're 25 pounds over, you're obese. Same thing is true for high blood pressure. If you don't want to spend, the $50 for blood pressure equipment, you go to a pharmacy and they won't charge anything. You can sit in their chair and get your blood pressure, see if you have high blood pressure. You can also do the thyroid test yourself. Again, you get a hold of the book, Let's Play Doctor. It tells you how to do your own thyroid test. And so that's the whole idea, is to help yourself. Okay. Remember, doctors are the leading cause of death in America. That's a Johns Hopkins report they put out 6 weeks ago. And it was an 8-year study starting in 2013, 7-year study, excuse me, it's 2013, 7-year study. And they said the third leading cause of death in America is medical errors. Each year from medical errors in America in hospitals, doctors kill us, words they use, as Johns Hopkins, not me, kill 440,000 patients in their hospital workplace. Now, how many businesses, Rebecca, could stay in business if they kill 251,000 to 440,000 of their customers every year in their workplace?
That would be approximately 0.
You're very good. And so why is it that the medical system can keep going? Well, that's because they have their buddies in the insurance industry, which insures them against lawsuits. If they do get sued and lose in court, which most of them do, then the insurance company pays off the family of the person they killed. Okay. And then patients have insurance. And so when they charge something outrageous, like a $50,000 for a knee replacement surgery, when $7 a day of supplements, and you'll save that much or more by getting off all the bad foods, will regrow the cartilage. Your doctor said, we can't regrow cartilage. And say, when a doctor says to you, you can't regrow cartilage, I can get rid of the pain for a couple of years, but after that, it's going to cost you $50,000 for a knee replacement. The question you have to ask the doctor is not how much it costs, why does it cost so much? Is there any pain? What can I expect over the years if I have the surgery? What you want to ask him is, how many children do you have that are ready for college?
All great questions, Dr. Wallach, and all of them things that I myself, except for the how many kids do you have going through college? Because I was looking at having knee surgery. I had overgrowth of calcium. I was looking at having back surgery from herniated discs and degenerative disc and bone disease. And now I can say, I don't have to look at any of them. I love you.
Thank you so much. And we appreciate you telling your testimony and sharing your story. And we have millions and millions and millions of such stories. It's, when we're doing this show, we're speaking to 500,000 people. Okay. And
Yes, it gets
they
watched
don't
over and over.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And of course, you actually record this, right? So people can bring their friends to hear it, right?
That's right. You can find the recording on AskDocLove.com. We have all of the recordings from our shows posted there, which is something I want to let everybody who is asking questions know, that they can go to this website and re-listen to the program and be able to stop right, and get the protocol that Dr. Wallach has recommended for you. So let's go to the next hand, Dr. Wallach.
Okay.
Jennifer, I have just sent you a request to unmute yourself. Go ahead and unmute. You are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hi, thank you for
Hi.
taking my questions. Yeah, so I'm 45, 185 pounds, and suffer from a lot of things: anxiety, fibromyalgia, migraines, UTIs. I've lost a lot of teeth, IBS, and my eyesight's getting worse.
Okay. How much let's see, how tall are you?
I've shrunk. I'm 5'8" now.
How tall were you?
5'10".
Okay, so you shrunk 2 inches. Do you have any like low back problems, like sciatica, that kind of stuff?
Very bad. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, and then what about any numbness or tingling in your hands or trigger finger or any of that sort of stuff?
Yep.
Okay, and you've lost a lot of teeth. Okay. What about tinnitus? What about ringing in the ears?
Sometimes.
Oh, comes and goes. Okay. Any balance problems, vertigo?
Not
Meniere's
vertigo.
disease?
No, my
Meniere's
father had
disease?
that.
Meniere's disease?
No.
Okay. Dizziness?
Yes.
Okay. And then what about, let's see here. What about loss of vision or loss of the sense of smell or taste?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All the above?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. You have osteoporosis of the skull. You have degenerative disc disease, which is causing the sciatica and causing the stuff going on. Osteoporosis of the skull causing the dizziness, the tinnitus that comes and goes. The irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, has to do with a deficiency of a single nutrient. Anxiety can be caused by deficiencies of several things, including oxygen if you have plugged arteries in your brain and so forth, but also different nutrients. And when you lose vision, okay, eyesight slowly, and you don't have things like glaucoma, and are they giving you eye drops for your vision?
No.
Okay, so yeah, so you don't have glaucoma. And so this is your second cranial nerve, the optic nerve being squeezed by your skull. So here we go. None of the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bread, rye, and oats, no sugar. And then at 185 pounds, I want you to take 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, take a full dose of everything twice a day. I want you to get 1 bottle of the MSM, so you can take 3 of those twice a day. Okay, that's going to help rebuild the skull, rebuild the disc, rebuild your bones, all your joints, and everything like that. Let's see here. I want you also to take things or anti-inflammatory stuff like our Fucoid Z capsules. Go ahead and take 3 of those twice a day. Also, you could take our Cell Shield RTQ, take 3 of those twice a day. That's going to give you some anti-inflammatory stuff. And because you have anxiety, I would also take our de-stress capsules. Take our de-stress capsules, take 3 of those twice a day. Our de-stress capsule, that's 2 bottles a month. And I want you to eat 3 eggs twice a day. I want you to eat 3 eggs twice a day. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And okay. And they have to have soft yolks. Hard-boiled eggs won't count. Okay. You have to soft yolks. It'd be soft. Like this morning, I had 3 soft-boiled eggs for breakfast with some smoked salmon from Alaska. I had 3 big ice cream scoops full of rice, and I had some gluten-free, sugar-free coconut yogurt. Okay. And I had all my supplements and liquids and pills and tablets and capsules and stuff, which I've been doing for, I've been doing that for 72 years.
Wow.
Okay.
That's incredible. Okay.
So give us a call every 2 weeks. You are going to be an enormously popular testimony. If you're not already a Longevity Associate, please do become one. Okay. If you just want to be a customer, that's fine. You'll get the wholesale prices as a customer. Also, I will pay the shipping if you get on auto ship. But if you become one of our associates, it's a annual fee of $50, which is tax deductible. But each year, when you pay your $50, the company gives you $500 worth of product.
Wow.
Okay, so and again, you'll pay wholesale prices, and I will pay the shipping if you get on auto ship. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay, dear. Thank you. God bless you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
And,
God bless
okay.
you.
Well, God bless you. And let's hear from you every 2 weeks, because your testimony is going to be probably one of the most popular ones we've had in a long time, because it's one of those things where, if you were 75 years old, the doctors say, well, you're postmenopausal, you're 75 years old, you got to expect to have all this. But you're only 45 years old. But because you've been, eating the breakfast of champions and oatmeal for breakfast and having pancakes and waffles and spaghetti 3 nights a week at, the spaghetti factory and kind of stuff, you're gluten, and not enough supplements. Okay. Did I call it right?
Pretty much. Yeah. You did.
Okay. God bless. Let's hear from you every 2 weeks.
You. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
So Jennifer, I do want to let you know that there is hope, because 5 years ago when I was 45, as you were describing what you have going on, I was very similar. So there is a lot of hope.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Next, Dr. Wallach, let's go to Deborah with her hand up.
Okay.
Deborah, you are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so I got you to pull up my little list here. So I'm 56. I'm perimenopausal. I'm 169. My height is 5'3", so I know I'm about 50 pounds overweight. I don't have any diseases. I take no medications except for over-the-counter sinus medication. I had a DEXA scan, and my lumbar spine showed -3, and the left femoral neck T-score was -1.5. I've been to the endocrinologist, and we've done every single test we can, that under the sun. Everything
Okay,
has come
back
back.
up. I'm sorry. Did you say your A1C was what?
No, not my A1C. I said I had a DEXA scan. So my lumbar spine T-score was -3.0.
Oh, okay.
The left femoral was -1.5. So they were diagnosing me with osteoporosis in my lower back. I've been to the endocrinologist. We've done every test. Everything was negative, so they ruled out that my thyroid was leaching any kind of calcium. I am gluten intolerant and lactose intolerant, so I know I need to be gluten-free. And I have eczema, but although it doesn't flare up these days anymore, seasonal allergy is really bad. The one thing that was back in the late 90s, I did a Lyme disease vaccine. And when I got this diagnosis with the osteoporosis, I started doing some research, found out that vaccine was taken off the market 3 years later. Apparently, we were supposed to be tested for a genetic marker, and I was never tested for a genetic marker. And it said that if you had that genetic marker, it would trigger an autoimmune response that would be, and I'm reading that right now from my notes. It's unstoppable, and the person,
Okay, well, let's stop there. Okay, let's stop there. And so when the doctor doesn't know what your problem is, they go in these weird things, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and so Lyme disease is one of those weird things. I call that crapola science, if I may.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I never had Lyme disease, so but I did it because I was
right. No, you don't have Lyme disease.
Okay.
Okay. And so basically everybody says, oh yeah, my doctor says I have Lyme disease. Well, that's because he's ignorant and doesn't know what you got. So he's going to give you something so he can write your prescription because you got 3 kids in college. Okay. And so you said you shrunk 2 inches.
No, I haven't shrunk anything. I'm still 5'3". The
Okay.
osteoporosis and the things in my bones is what's most concerning. I
Yeah.
get cramping in my feet sometimes with my tendons and all that. And honestly, like the endocrinologist tells me there's no way for me to rebuild my bones, and basically
Well, you're okay. Okay, what you want to do is send him one of these CDs sets called the Wallach Corpus. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you're going to become a business associate, that'll be tax deductible. It's only, I don't know, $5 or something like that. It's not expensive. Okay. Anyway, so what I want you to do is get off all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, and no glutens, no wheat, bran, rye, oats, no sugar. And then at 169 pounds, I want you to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose of everything twice a day. I want you to get let's see here, the MSM. Since you have some progressive and severe problems, I want you to get 2 bottles of MSM, so you can take 3 with each meal. Okay. That's going to help rebuild your bones, your cartilage, your ligaments, your tendons, your connective tissue. I also, let's see here, that's going to get rid of the cramps in your feet. It's going to give your bones what it needs for your bones to rebuild themselves. The osteoporosis goes away in 60 to 90 days. How long do you have to be on the diet for life? How long do you have to be on the 90 essential nutrients? Well, as long as you're using oxygen, okay, which means as long as you're alive, you'll need the 90 essential nutrients. Okay, your body cannot make these things. It needs them every second of every minute of every hour of every day of every year for the rest of your life if you want to maintain your tissues, rebuild your tissues, make new cells, replace ones that die of natural death, because your body has the capacity to do all that, but it can't do it without the raw materials. It's like having a big factory. You have the most beautiful, most modern factory, but if you don't have employees and you don't have raw materials, you don't have utilities and electricity coming in, you got nothing. Just having a factory isn't enough, okay? But your body's able to recover. Did they ever give you an iron shot or a B12 shot, anything like that?
No.
Okay, good. You ever have any hemorrhaging under your skin?
No, I've actually never really had any kind of issues to be treated.
Okay, good. Do you have any white, gray, or silver hair?
I have some singular silver strands coming through, but like not a lot, but yes.
Okay,
Like
okay, one here,
pieces.
there. Okay, so any
Yeah.
varicose veins?
No varicose veins. I do have a couple of those little,
Spider veins, they call them?
yeah,
Spider veins?
spider veins,
Mhm.
but no varicose, no.
Okay, yeah, well, that's the beginning. Well, the same thing that causes spider veins, varicose veins, white hair is the same thing that causes a breakdown of the walls of blood vessels, arteries and veins. Also causes a breakdown of the elastic fibers in skin. So if you do all this, you're going to look 20 years younger very quickly.
I would love that. Is the
Okay.
90 essential nutrients, is that in the Healthy Brain and Bone Pack?
No, Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, yes.
I mean, Heart Pack, Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything I gave you
Yep.
it covers that 90 essential nutrients plus secret sauces for your complaints.
Okay.
The osteoporosis, the spider veins, and pain
Yep.
and cramps in your feet, and all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Yep.
Lumbar issues, shrinking of the disc in between the vertebrae. All those things will be rebuilt. Okay. And within 90 days, you'll be 25 years younger.
I would love that. I
Okay.
have one more question, Dr. Wallach,
Mhm.
because my hands and the joints in my hands, when my allergies flared up really bad in August, September, October with the ragweed, the joints in my hands, like of course you watch all these every 5 minutes is a
Mhm.
commercial about rheumatoid arthritis.
Mhm.
Is that part of what's going on with will this help with that?
Okay.
I
Okay.
haven't been
Okay.
diagnosed. I just don't know what that is.
Okay, stop. Did they do a blood test for rheumatoid arthritis?
No, they haven't done nothing.
Okay, well, next time you go to the doctor, I hope you don't go very often, but if you go to the doctor, say, hey, can you run an RA test for me? And,
Okay.
see if you have an active case. I mean, you could have been touched by it 30 years ago and it's gone, and you still have antibodies against it, right? But see if you have an active rheumatoid arthritis problem. I don't believe you do, because a doctor
Okay.
would have jumped all over that. But rheumatoid arthritis is two diseases. One is bone-to-bone arthritis, and a secondary infection with a bug called mycoplasma, which is easily killed with an antibiotic called minocycline, like a little bait fish, minocycline, okay? Now, 99.9% of the time when a doctor diagnoses a patient with rheumatoid arthritis, he gives them steroids to relieve the pain and inflammation. People they love their doctor because in 24 hours, they've had more relief than ever, okay, because of the rheumatoid arthritis. But it's a combination of infection and bone-to-bone arthritis. Does he tell them to get off the bad foods so they can absorb? No. Does he tell them to get on the 90 essential nutrients so they can rebuild the joints? No. Does he write them a prescription for the minocycline so they can kill that mycoplasma bug that causes rheumatoid arthritis? No. And so the question you have to ask your doctor is, how many children do you have that are getting ready to go to college? Because that's
So
why he
Dr.
doesn't
Wallach,
tell you those things.
I have a quick question, Dr. Wallach.
Yes.
Now, as her digestive system gets better, that ragweed allergy will lessen. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I don't believe it's a ragweed allergy. I believe she's got a gluten problem. And they get asthma, they get sinus problems, they get bronchitis, they get all this stuff, and doctors blame it on ragweed because they can write a prescription for it.
Yeah, no, I definitely have a
Good
gluten
to
issue,
know.
and I agree with this whole thing with the intestinal tract. So I will
Yeah.
get on it and then check back in.
Yeah. Please call us every 2 weeks because you'll be a great testimony, and people love to hear, from the average person like you, so who's not a doctor and so forth. Say, my gosh, I had 6 doctors. I went to this clinic and that clinic, and they told me this and told me that. And 2 weeks ago, I was told, by Dr. Wallach, okay, on the show, just to change my diet and take these supplements, and I'm 50% better. So you call me back in another 2 weeks, I'm 85% better. And you call me back in 2 weeks again, man, oh man, I can't ever remember when I was sick. Okay, and that's how it works.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Yep, thank you.
Oh, okay, Deborah. God bless.
Yes, you too.
Thank you.
So when Doc says, give me 90 days, I'll tell you what, 90 days made me a new person. So stick with it. We are at the top of the hour, and I want to remind everybody that if you heard about this program from a friend,
Hi, everyone. I'm going to just step in here. It sounds like Ruth Ellen is having some connection issues. If
Okay.
you're a first-time caller, please a first-time customer or want to join our team as a distributor and share the word by Dr. Joel Wallach by joining his crusade, please call our phone team at 855-949-7234 or shop online, our one-stop shop at www.AskDocLove.com. We're going to go on a short break here and we'll be back in 5 minutes and continue our call here today. Thank you, everyone. Stay tuned. Stay on the call. If you disconnect and join back, you won't be able to see the previous comments and notes. So stay on the call and be back in 5 minutes. Thank you, everyone. See you soon. Back in 5.
Thank you, Nasima.
Well, welcome back, Dr. Wallach.
Okay, let's get on it.
Okay, so I am going to go to a raised hand. We're going to go to Christine. I'm going to send you a request to unmute. If you can unmute yourself. Christine, there you go.
Thank you so much. Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Christine. How can we help you today?
Yeah, I have a friend who is suffering from motor neuron disease. She is 57 years old and 159 pounds. So is there anything you can recommend to help her? She has developed weakness in her legs, in her hands. She can't even walk.
Okay, and she's 57 years old. Does she have any skin
Yes.
problems? And does she have skin problems, eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis?
No, the main problem is that weakness in the joints and legs and muscles. So she's just on the wheelchair. She can't lift herself up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does she complain about hearing problems?
I'm not
does
sure.
she have a hearing
but
problem?
the main problem, the main
I
problem
know,
is
I know,
problem is
I
motor
know.
neuron.
I hear you, but that's a
Yes,
symptom.
yes.
I need to know what's going on here so I can give you correct information. The problem with doctors is, oh, she's got a neuron problem.
Okay.
We'll give her a wheelchair. Okay, that doesn't solve the problem. So I need to have more information so I can solve the problem. So that's why I'm asking you. I hear you. Okay, I know she has a motor neuron problem, but is that because she has osteoporosis of the skull squeezing her spinal cord? Does she have muscular dystrophy? Does she have things like low back pain? And she has sciatica?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. And let's see, you say she weighs 159 pounds. Okay. Here's what we want to do. Number one, does she have any white hair, white or silver hair?
Yes.
Okay. And does she have, one last thing, does she have any varicose veins in her legs?
That one I'm not sure.
Does she ever have any complaints about hemorrhaging under her skin, blood under her skin?
No.
Okay. All right, here we go. 159 pounds. She has sciatica, osteoporosis. She's got some silver hair. The same deficiency that causes silver hair can cause varicose veins, can cause aneurysms, can cause all kinds of muscle problems, ligament problems, cartilage problems, disc problems. So we want to get her off all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no barley, no rye, no oats. She has to live like an Asian. She has to live on rice and sweet potatoes, fish. She can have red meat, but it cannot be fried or burnt. Okay. And then she can have fish, she can have poultry, she can have chicken and turkey and that kind of stuff. But then I want her at 159 pounds to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. Full dose everything twice a day. I want her to get 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so you can take 3 of those with each meal, 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch or dinner. That's going to help rebuild connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, nerves, blood vessels, all that kind of stuff. I also want her to get our Fucoid Z capsules, take 3 of those twice a day for anti-inflammatory stuff in the skulls. so she can take the pressure off her spinal cord. I also want her to have the de-stress capsules. De-stress capsules, she can take 3 of those twice a day. And then I want her to have 3 eggs twice a day. She should not be on any statin drugs, no statin drugs, okay? I want her on 3 eggs twice a day with soft yolks, soft boiled, soft yolks, soft poached, soft yolks. Okay, no hard boiled eggs. Hard boiled eggs won't hurt her, but hard boiled eggs won't help her either. So they got to be soft yolks. Okay. Okay, Christine, call me every 2 weeks because she can recover very quickly. I get people who've been in wheelchairs for years, and I have one guy who was in a coma, for 8 years, being fed through a G tube. You know, these oily meal replacers. Okay, through his G tube twice a day. Okay, for 8 years in a coma. I gave him the program that I'm giving your friend here through his G tube. Okay. And in 3 days' time, he wakes up and goes back to work. After 8 years in a coma, in just 3 days, he's healed.
That's amazing.
Yes. Well, that's why I ask questions. So okay. So that's why we do better than doctors.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay.
Your help.
Give us a call. Give us a call in 2 weeks and 4 weeks and 6 weeks. We'll walk you through this, Christine.
All right, Dr. Wallach, thank you so much. And we're going to go to the next raised hand, which is Hermont. I'm going to send you a request to unmute. You can unmute yourself. There you
Hello,
go.
Doctor. How are you? Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, sir. That's Hermont with a T on the end.
Yes.
Okay. How can I help you, sir?
Yes, this is for my mom. My mom is 91 years old, vegetarian, 75 kg, 5'1". She has a 5 stents in 2016. Last 2 years, she has a Parkinson problem in legs.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's back up. I got she's 5'1". She's 91 years old. And how much does she weigh?
75 kg, sir.
Oh, 75K. Okay, so that's about 160 pounds. Where are you from?
I'm in Canada, Toronto.
Okay. Yeah, I knew you weren't from America when you was talking about kgs. Okay. All right. That's all right. We still love you if you're Canadian. We have a lot of Canadians we work with.
Love you, doctor.
Okay.
So, doctor, 3 months ago, she got a stroke, ischemic stroke on the right side. So her left side is very weak. She was in hospital for 3 months for mobility issue, but did not improve well. She is on many medication, high blood pressure, levodopa, diabetes. She has a ringing in ears.
Okay.
And after all this medication, she has developed like last 4 weeks shortness of breath. And she has a left side back pain.
Okay.
How can we help my mom?
Okay. Is she at home or is she in a hospital?
She was discharged 2 days ago. She is with me.
Okay. So she needs to be on a good diet. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bran, rye, and oats. Okay.
Okay.
Needs to live like an Asian. She needs to live on rice and sweet potatoes and vegetables, and she can have fish and poultry and red meat, but nothing fried, nothing burnt. Okay.
Okay.
Then at 160 pounds, I want her to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. Okay.
Okay.
And because she has ringing in the ears, tinnitus, has osteoporosis of the skull, not too unusual for somebody who's 91 years old. So I want her to get 1 bottle of the MSM so you can take 3 of those twice a day or 2 with each meal for a total of 6 a day. It's going to rebuild the skull. The ringing in her ears will go away. I want her to have 3 of our capsules twice a day of our vitamin D3, especially up there in Canada, so she can have 3 of those twice a day. Or if she prefers the spray, we have a citrus D3 spray. She can put 3 spritzes in her mouth twice a day, or the capsules 3 twice a day, whichever one she wants.
Okay.
And then because she has Parkinson's disease, I want her to do 2 things. Number 1, she needs 3 eggs twice a day. She could have 3 eggs 3 times a day. Soft yolks, soft boiled soft yolks, soft poached soft yolks, soft scrambled butter, no fried eggs, okay? And no hard-boiled eggs. Lastly, I want her to have 2 other products. I want her to have the de-stress capsules. She can take 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. And then I want her to have our Ultimate Niacin Plus. I want her to have 1 of those twice a day. That's 1 bottle a month. And if finances are not a problem, she can also have the synaptive. She could take 3 of those capsules twice a day. It allows the brain cells to make biochemical communicating things that they can talk to each other. If finances are an issue, that's the one I want you to give up the synaptive. But if finances are not an issue, throw the synaptive in and she'll heal quicker. But these things can go away very quickly. Okay. You just have to make sure she's gluten-free so she can absorb all these nutrients, and call us
Okay.
every 2 weeks. And, we'll walk you through this because your mom's going to be a great testimony for a lot of seniors. Okay.
Okay, doctor. Thank you very much. We love you.
Okay, Herman. Well, we love you too. We love you Canadians. Okay.
God
Bye
bless
bye.
you.
Bye bye. Okay. Rebecca.
Yes, Dr. Wallach. So we have Lloyd, who is writing in, who's 52 years old, 5'11" tall, 210 pounds. He has type 2 diabetes. His last A1C was 10.6. He also has erectile dysfunction and says nothing is working.
Okay, I'm
Neuropathy in
sorry.
his feet.
Okay, back up. He has what erectile dysfunction did you say?
That's correct.
Okay, ED. Okay. All right. Anything else?
Neuropathy in his feet,
Mm-hmm.
and always hears you talking about similar problems,
Mm-hmm.
but he can never catch the program at night.
Okay. So, okay, here we go. Again, these are all nutritional deficiency issues. He needs to get rid of all the bad foods: no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, brown, round oats, no sugar. And then at 210 pounds, I want him to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. Full dose everything twice a day. I want him to have 3 of our MSM 3 times a day. That's 2 bottles a month, because he's got this neuropathy in his feet and that sort of stuff. Okay. I want him that will be helped with the MSM. Also, he needs vitamin D3. He can take 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. He can take our glucogel, rebuild cartilage and ligaments and tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, and so forth. I want him to have also the glucogel. He could take 15 capsules a day. That's 2 bottles a month. Or he could take 3 ounces a day, an ounce with each meal. That's 3 bottles of the liquid a month, choice. Okay. And then for the type 2 diabetes, I want him to get 2 bottles a month of our sweeties. Take 3 of those twice a day. Check his blood sugar. And as his blood sugar drops, he can slowly reduce his medication, his prescription medication, based on the numbers. Don't cold turkey off the medication for diabetes until he is able to measure. Okay, as the measurement goes down, his blood sugar goes down, then he can slowly reduce the medication. I'm going to tell you, I'm putting together a testimony of a guy who for many, many years had an A1C of 15 to 19 every month. Now, A1C is a measurement or an indicator of how well you're controlling your blood sugar. It should be, your A1C is supposed to be below 5. And so somebody who has an A1C, for years and years and years and years, every month of 15 to 19, they're in trouble. Every bad complication of diabetes is going to happen to that person. Okay. After several years of that, they're getting ready to go blind and have their feet amputated and all this stuff and gaining weight and becoming obese. Well, this guy, we put him on our program, as I've just described here, Lloyd. Okay. And guess what? In 2 weeks time, well, I shouldn't say that. Let's say in 6 weeks time, his A1C goes to 4. After being 15 to 19 for years and years and years and years. Just in a couple of weeks' time, his A1C goes to 4. Now, this is 6 months later. His A1C is now 3.5 because he knows what to do now. Okay, so we're writing this up as a story because, of course, doctors say that can't happen. This is a genetic disease. It's all nonsense. Type 2 diabetes is a simple nutritional deficiency disease. It's a simple nutritional deficiency disease. You can have a nutritional deficiency disease because you can't absorb it, even if you're supplementing, or because you're not getting it in supplements, you're not getting it in your food. The nutrients necessary to prevent and reverse type 2 diabetes are not found in a uniform blanket around the crust of the earth. There's places on earth where it doesn't exist at all. Okay. There's places on earth where it's below optimal levels in the soil. There's some places where there's a lot of it, but those are very few places. This nutrient occurs in veins like gold and silver. And so, you know, that's why we came up with the healthy blood sugar pack. But when you have other issues, as this fellow Lloyd does, okay, it's one of those things where, in addition to dealing with all these other issues, we're going to get rid of his type 2 diabetes, which doctors say is impossible. You can control the blood sugar, but you can't get rid of it. No, we'll get rid of it.
And I want to say I have several clients, Dr. Wallach, where we've been able to do the exact same thing, where their A1C has been really high. We put them on your protocol and it brings them down to 5 and below.
Now,
So
I have to ask you a question,
it's incredible.
Rebecca.
It really works.
Rebecca, I have to ask you a question. When this happens, how many of your associates that you've helped get rid of their type 2 diabetes, how many of them have had their doctors ask them, are you doing anything special? What are you doing? Did you change anything in your life?
Of course, they say, just do what you're doing and keep going. They don't ask what's going on or what you're doing different.
Yeah, but that's why you have to ask the doctor, how many sons do you have in college? I mean, he should be.
That's a sad
he or
question.
She, yeah, it's a very sad question. Everybody should be excited about this. Oh my gosh, I've had 3 patients here now that they've had their A1Cs 15 and higher for years, and suddenly they're coming in, their A1Cs below 3. And so I had to ask them, what are you doing? And they're taking this crazy Wallach supplement program. I can't believe it. But they should be sharing, okay, let me take 10 of my worst patients here that we've been working with for 10 years or more. Their A1Cs are over 15. And they can't control their blood sugar. They're 50 pounds overweight. They're starting to get numbness and tingling in their feet. We're going to have to amputate their feet. They're going blind. Let's see what happens when we give them his program. But they don't do that. So that's why I had to come up with, Rebecca, I had to come up with the Wallach corpus to replace the Hippocratic corpus, because nothing has changed in medicine for 2,300 years. Doctors are still treating the symptoms. The Wallach corpus, it's available today. It's a 2 CD set. It's 2 years of lectures in Canada. We've taken the top lectures. There's an hour of these lectures on CD1, and hours of these lectures on CD2. It will blow your mind.
Mine is ordered and is supposed to be delivered on Monday. I'm excited to have it. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
So, Dr. Wallach, Lloyd's wife is 5'7". She's 52 years old, 225 pounds. Now, she's not been diagnosed with any blood sugar issues, but she does have a thyroid issue and has not been able to lose weight no matter what she does.
Okay.
She'll get lots of energy, but no reduction in weight.
Okay, well, Lloyd's wife needs to be on the same diet. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bran, and oats. She also, because she has a thyroid issue, she needs to also give up cruciferous vegetables. That means no cabbage, no broccoli, no Brussels sprouts, no kale, because they all interfere with thyroid. Then I want her also to have 2, okay, of the healthy brain and heart packs per month, 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. And then I want her to have 2 or 3 meals a day are keto caramel diet. 2 or 3 meals. Doesn't have to be the same meals every day. Okay. And so at 5'7", I'd like to see her weigh maybe 160. So she needs to lose maybe, let's see here, 40, 65, 70 pounds she needs to lose. Okay. And she'll lose a half a pound or 2 pounds a day. But the keto caramel diet, it's either the shake or the bar, either the shake or the bar, not both at the same meal. She could have 1 meal with a shake, 1 meal a bar, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Both or 2 meals could be a shake, and Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, both meals could be a bar, and on Sunday, both meals could be a bar, or both meals could be a shake, whatever she wants. Any 2 meals, doesn't have to be the same meals. And she'll lose a half a pound or 2 pounds a day. And also, let's see here. Because she has a thyroid, I also want her to throw in our ocean's gold, our ocean's gold. And the ocean's gold, she can take 3 of those twice a day. And of course, it's the things that the thyroid needs, okay, that's being extracted from the seaweed and algae and all that kind of stuff from the ocean, okay. And so, I mean, we sell literally millions of bottles of those a year all around the world, because so many people have thyroid issues now because doctors tell them don't use salt, but they don't say, hey, be careful, make sure that the supplements you're taking have iodine in it and the other things your thyroid needs. There's about 90 essential nutrients your thyroid needs. So they say no salt because of high blood pressure. Those doctors should be put in jail for being a serial killer, because they kill people when they say no salt. Salt is required for proper digestion and absorption. Okay, salt is required for a lot of biochemical reactions in all your various tissues, particularly the liver and the brain. And that's why we have the pink Himalayan salt. I like that for breakfast. It has 82 minerals in it, but also we have the pink Himalayan salt with ground black pepper in it, which I use at dinner time. So I use the Himalayan pink salt, pink Himalayan salt for breakfast, and I use the pink Himalayan salt with the black pepper ground in it for dinner time. And again, in a couple of months, I'll be 82 years old, and I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have digestive problems. I don't have any biochemical problems. I don't have any anemia or low platelets or low white blood cells or COVID or anything like that, okay? And I only weigh 142 pounds. I played sports all through junior high, high school, and university on the various junior high, high school, and university teams, lettered, and I only weighed 120 pounds in my last 2 years of college, but before that, I only weighed 90 pounds. And I'm wrestling against people who are 120 pounds, beating them up.
Dr. Wallach, you are the man.
Thank you, dear. I just so excited to share
So
this
let's
information. What?
Around at least another 40 years,
Uh-oh.
okay?
No, okay. No, I didn't hear any of that because all I heard is blah, 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 blah.
Well, let's go to Tom, who is next with
Okay.
his hand up. And I think Tom was up a little bit ago asking about vertigo, but we didn't get to the protocol. Is that correct, Tom?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you great.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Okay. How much do you weigh, Tom?
140, 5 feet 8, age 80.
Okay. Well, you have osteoporosis of the skull. Do you have any ringing of the ears? You know, the tinnitus?
Yeah, no,
Okay. Do you have any arthritis?
no,
Okay. Have you shrunk any in height since you were 20?
not that I know of. No.
Yeah, you have to measure yourself. You might be 5'6", okay, for all you know. Okay. But at any rate, any high blood pressure, diabetes,
No.
any skin
And no
problems
meds.
Okay, any skin problems, bowel problems, you know?
No.
Okay, no irritable bowel syndrome, no celiac disease, no diverticulitis, no Crohn's disease, none of that? Mhm.
Correct.
Okay, well, here we go. What you got to do is to maximize absorption. You know, you're just a couple of years younger than me, so I know where you're coming from. So what I want you to do is get rid of all the bad foods. You'll add 25 to 50 years to your life. I want you to get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bran, rye, and oats. I want you to take 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose of everything twice a day. Because you have vertigo, you have, it's actually called Wallach's vertigo now. It used to be called Meniere's disease. Now it's called Wallach's vertigo. And basically, I want you to also take the vitamin D3, take 3 of those twice a day. The MSM, I want you to take 3 of those twice a day. That's going to help rebuild the skull. And let's see here. I need you also to take the, let's get rid of some of the inflammation quickly. So I want you to take the Fucoid Z, and you can go ahead and take 3 of those twice a day. It'll be 2 bottles a month. It's an extract of brown algae and brown seaweed and all that kind of stuff from the ocean. And it has almost like a steroid anti-inflammatory effect without the negative side effects of the steroids. So we go through a lot of those Fucoid Z capsules, and you should take 3 twice a day. It's 2 bottles a month in addition to everything else. And don't forget the vitamin D3, don't forget the MSM, and I think that's going to cover it. If you want to throw in the glucogel, you can throw that in. One of the, let's see here, 5 capsules twice a day, that's 2 bottles a month, or 2 ounces of the liquid a day, 1 at breakfast, 1 at dinner time. That's 2 quarts of the liquid, if you prefer the liquid over the capsules. But vertigo goes away very quickly, 2 to 6 weeks it will go away. Call us every 2 weeks if you would, Tom. Give us a testimony, because there's so many people who are your age and they have all these issues. They're all nutritional deficiency diseases. They're not things that go along with age. They are not, things that occur because you're getting over age 65. Okay.
Great. Well, thank you
Okay.
very much.
You bet, sir. God bless.
Appreciate it.
All right, Dr. Wallach, let's go to John, who has his hand. John, I just sent you a request to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me
Hey,
okay?
Yes, sir. You're on
Go
the air.
ahead, John. Go ahead, John.
Okay, yes. What I've had history of pulmonary embolisms. I've had 4 of them in the last 6 years. Recently, I had one in September. At this point, they've decided that the anticoagulants have failed, and that was Xarelto. And so I'm going to be seeing them shortly, but I believe that they're going to tell me that there's really nothing they can do for me.
Okay, good. Okay, stop.
Please.
Okay, how old are you, John?
I'm 67.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
How much do you weigh?
I weigh 250.
Okay, let's see, at 6'2", I'd like to see your age. I'd like to see you weigh 185 to 200. So you need to lose maybe 50 pounds. Do you have any other issues? High blood pressure, diabetes?
I have glaucoma.
Okay.
Oh, I basically I reversed diabetes. It was a low of, I guess, 5 for the A1C.
A1C. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I did that. I've gotten off of it now, but I was gluten free, and my diet was a lot better. And I realized that nutrition is a very important factor.
Yep. Well, yeah, it's the factor. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Any arthritis? Any ringing in the ears? Dizziness? Anything like that?
No.
Any skin problems?
I've noticed a little bit of some bumps coming on. I don't know if it's might be moles.
Eczema maybe?
I'm not that familiar with it, with eczema.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, it's like a pink rash.
No.
Okay. Okay. Let's see here.
One thing I do notice is that I do have an issue. When I wash dishes now, I put a glove on my hand because the glove will break out. It'll actually, I'm sorry, the hand will break out. It will actually have like little water blisters on it. But as long as I don't use that soap, and it seems to stay intact.
Okay. Might change soaps.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
And
at any rate,
I'm sorry. Another thing with that is if I get out and do work, and it's like if I get my hands dirty or maybe in some contaminated soil, I feel anyway that the hand will start to break out again too.
Okay, good. Stop. Okay. Do you have any other issues such as low back pain, numbness in your feet?
I've got a little bit of the tingling in the feet. A lot of it's gone away, but I guess it'd be neuropathy.
Okay. Yeah, neuropathy. Okay. Do you have any history of let's see here, any bleeding under your skin?
What they did was in 2000, they did a mutant test. And they basically
stop. Is that a yes? Is that a yes or a no? I want a yes or a no.
No.
A yes or no. Okay.
No.
Okay. Do you have any white, gray, or silver hair?
Yes, white.
Okay. Do you have any varicose veins?
A few around the ankle.
Veins. Okay. The answer is yes.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. you have a gluten problem. So you need to get rid of all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bread, rye, and oats. You're going to lose, some weight on a gradual basis just by getting rid of all the gluten, all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bread, rye, and oats. If you want to go faster and lose a half a pound to 2 pounds a day, you can get on our keto caramel diet. You can start with 1 meal a day. Or if you want to go faster, you can do 2 meals a day. Okay. But I also want you, because you have glaucoma, okay, which is pressure in the eye, I want you to take our Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Take 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. That'll support healthy blood pressure and healthy blood flow through arteries. I also want you to take our Occutiv. Get 2 bottles a month of Occutiv. Take 1 of those twice a day. Come bottles of 30. Get our Vision FX. Take 3 of those twice a day. Okay. And that's 2 bottles a month. And do you ever have to go in for an iron shot or a B12 shot?
No.
Okay, good. But when you get, when you have things that are happening, like you get lung stuff, okay, and you said you had embolism, you had blood clots in the lungs, correct?
That's correct. 4 of them.
Okay. Yeah, when you have those sorts of things, your bone marrow is not doing all the right stuff. And so you need to be sure you're off all those bad foods, take these nutrients we just talked about, and you'll be amazed, okay? Because your bone marrow controls the production of white blood cells, red blood cells, antibodies through stem cells, and also platelets. And a lot of people have to go in like once every month for a B12 shot and an iron shot, and once every 2 months they'll have to get a transfusion so they can get some platelets and red blood cells from somebody else, okay? Because they can't make them anymore because their bone marrow's dead, because they've been eating gluten all their life. And all those villi are gone, okay? And they can't absorb efficiently even if they're supplementing. So give us a call every couple of weeks. You're
I'm
going
sorry.
to be...
Could I ask you, if you don't mind, I would appreciate you repeating the supplements for me to take.
No,
if I get them.
I'm not going to repeat it, because
Okay.
you asked, instead of saying yes and no, you gave me 10 minutes worth of an answer, okay?
I understand.
And so,
Sure.
so what you do
I'll do
is
my
you
best.
listen. Okay, now listen. You need to listen and stop talking. What you're going to do is you're going to go to Rebecca here.
AskDocLove.com.
There you go.
And you will find the replay on AskDocLive.com before the end of the day.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Call us in 2
John.
weeks.
Thank you, doctor.
You bet. Okay.
All right.
Who's next?
Dr. Wallach. We have Forrest.
Okay, I'm not getting it. I'm just getting an echo noise. I'm not getting any words.
Okay, how about this?
It's better.
Go ahead, Nasima.
Okay, sorry, docs. Thank you. We'll move forward. Marianne has a question, a general question, as many people ask about it, how to lower the blood pressure.
Okay, well, there's lots of reasons why people have elevated blood pressure. One is they have blockages of the arteries. One is they have a kidney issue, and the kidneys will release a hormone called renin, which drives blood pressure up. So basically, you have to deal with all the things that cause blood pressure issues. So they have to get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, bread, rye, and oats. They need to get on 1 healthy brain and heart pack per 100 pounds of body weight. They need to get on 2 bottles a month of the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets per 100 pounds of body weight. So you can take 3 of those twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight. And in case there is a kidney issue, they need to take the Fucoid Z capsules, 3 of those twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight. And we'll go from there. We want to increase healthy blood flow through the heart arteries, the brain arteries, the kidney arteries, the leg and muscle arteries, the intestinal arteries, arteries everywhere, eye arteries. And this program will do that. And people always want to know, well, what is that nutrient? And 25, 30 years ago, I used to tell people that nutrient. And then they would go to Walgreens and buy that nutrient. And then 3 months later, they would die. And their spouse would call me and say, well, my husband did exactly as you said, and he died. I said, well, do you take all 90? No, he just took that nutrient. So I stopped telling people what that nutrient is because they say, well, I'll beat the system. I'll just take that nutrient instead of taking the whole program. And so I learned that, you know, it's people live longer if they do the whole thing as opposed to just trying to, you know, beat the system and just take one.
Sure. Thank you, Doc. And, you know, just a reminder to everyone, even if you don't have any health issues in particular, everyone needs at a minimum the 90 essential nutrients that are packaged in a nice bundle by Youngevity called the Healthy Start Pack. And so that is something everybody needs for life daily. Now, Doc, in addition to those add-on products you mentioned for the high blood pressure, what can people do if they have low blood pressure?
Okay, well, again, low blood pressure can be caused by low protein in their diet, by not being able to absorb nutrients because they have gluten. So anytime you have any health issue, you start out with change the diet. Absolutely no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat bran, no sugar. Get them on. If they have low blood pressure, again, I would make sure they're eating 3 eggs twice a day with soft yolks. Hard-boiled eggs don't count. And then I would have them take, if that's their only problem, I would go with 1 Healthy Brain and Heart Pack per 100 pounds of body weight. That covers a lot of issues. Okay, it has it has 215 different nutrients in it, the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, including the 90 essential nutrients. It has 215 nutrients in it, including the 90 essential nutrients. And many of these other 215 nutrients will over time become classified as essential nutrients. So we're throwing them in there to begin with. And so that's why we're ahead of the ones that you can go to a drugstore, say, I want your top vitamin mineral multiple. And they'll give you one out of the shelf there. Has the most nutrients in it. It's 27 nutrients. They say complete nutrition, 27 nutrients. That's not even a third of the 90. Okay, it's 3 short of a third. Okay, and so that's why people say, well, I was taking vitamins and minerals and I had a stroke. I was taking vitamins and minerals and I got arthritis. I was taking vitamins and minerals, I got diabetes. I was taking vitamins and minerals and I had a heart attack. Well, that's because they're getting less than a third of the nutrients. Well, my doctor said I could get everything I needed from my food. No, you can't. You should report your doctor to the police. Say, this guy's a serial killer.
Thank you, Doc. Rebecca, how's your connection? Okay.
I think I'm good.
All right, you're on.
All right. So next we have Annie, who is waiting patiently with her hands up.
Okay.
Annie, go ahead and unmute yourself. I sent you a request. You are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Thank you. Yes, my name's Annie. I'm 72. I weigh 130, and I had a December 2018. I had ventricular tachycardia, and they put a defibrillator pacemaker in. And I'm on the I've been on the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. I think I'm going into my 3rd month. I'm also, and my question right now is, with my pack, I get both the Ultimate EFA and also the Ultimate EFA Plus and the Ultimate EFA. Those 2, I'm supposed to be taking all those EFAs.
That's correct. That's correct. And
okay.
Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, what you want to do is you need to take is per 100 pounds of body weight. And so you weigh 130. So yeah, I would go ahead and take, and you can mix them up. You could take 2 of one and 1 of the other at dinner time and 2 of the other at breakfast. And, you know, so you're taking all 3, excuse me, you're taking both of them twice a day, but you want to take 3 of each a day. Okay, per 100 pounds of body weight. If you weighed 150, I'd have you get extra bottles of those things. So you could take 3 of each twice a day. I'd take 3 of each twice a day. I only weigh 142. Okay.
Okay. I'm still taking, I'm down to Carvadiol, which is Corig for the heart. And I understand that's an alpha and beta blocker. Is that correct?
Well, I'd have to look it up to be sure because I don't prescribe drugs.
Right. And I want to get off that.
Okay. Okay, what you do is in addition to what you're taking, you want to throw in the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. I'd take 3 twice a day. There's 2 bottles a month. That supports healthy blood pressure. It supports healthy heart rhythm. And it wouldn't hurt, since you're taking 1 Healthy Brain and Heart pack per month. I would also get another bottle of our selenium. There's 1 bottle of selenium that comes in the Healthy Brain and Heart pack, but I want you to get another one so you can take 3 of those twice a day. But let me ask you a question here. Do you have any tinnitus or ringing in your ears?
No,
Okay. Do you have any dizziness?
no,
Do you have any gray or white hair?
yes, silver, yes,
Okay. Do you have any, let's see here, any varicose veins or spider veins in your legs?
yes,
Okay. Now here's a personal question. Do you have any hemorrhoids?
yes, sometimes I do.
Okay. Okay. Well, hemorrhoids are varicose veins of your rectum. Okay. Same thing is going on in your rectum is going on in your legs. Same thing is going on in your hair. The same deficiency causes white hair. The same deficiency causes a breakdown of connective tissue, including the skull. Okay. And so that's
Okay.
why you're, have you shrunk any in height
Yes,
since
I
you were
have.
20? How much have you shrunk since you were 20 years old?
About 1.5 inches.
Okay. Yeah. So you've got 2 things causing this tachycardia of your heart, this fast heart rate of the heart. It could also be called atrial fibrillation. Okay.
Okay,
And one of which is you're shrinking, you got degenerative disc disease. So I want you also to take 2 servings a day of the glucogel. You have to take, you can go ahead and take 5 of those twice a day of the capsules, or 1 ounce twice a day of the liquid of the glucogel. And we want to rebuild those discs. I want you to regrow your 1.5 inches, 2 inches you lost. It'll take the pressure off those vertebrae. It'll help you rebuild your skull, because you have 2 things causing this heart issue. Number one, the vertebrae are closer together. The first 4 thoracic spinal nerves are being squeezed, and they help control the rate and rhythm of the heart. You also have osteoporosis of the skull, and so that the skull is squeezing the 10th cranial nerve, the vagus nerve, which controls the rate and rhythm of the heart. All that will go away by doing as we've discussed here. Okay.
okay.
Okay. Do not let them do an ablation. I'll tell you a quick story. Did they talk about we may have to do an ablation in the future or anything like that?
No, what is that?
Yeah, no way. Good. No ablation. Okay.
What's an
Now,
ablation?
okay, an ablation is they anesthetize you. They cut your chest open and they take a hot soldering iron and they touch it all over your heart, trying to kill the place that's making your heart run away. There's a guy by the name of Elijah Cummings, 68 years old, who was who's a state representative for the state of Baltimore, Maryland, for like 35 years. He got AFib. Instead of contacting me, he goes to Johns Hopkins, where they got the most famous medical school in America right there in Baltimore, Maryland. So he goes there. They say, oh, you have AFib. That's easy. We'll just do an ablation. So he says, go for it. So they anesthetize him, cut his chest open, touch his heart once with that hot soldering iron, and kill him. Okay. An ablation is an extremely dangerous way to try and get rid of tachycardia and AFib, because tachycardia and AFib is caused by a squeezing of the nerves that control the rate and rhythm of the heart. It has nothing to do with the heart.
Why did they put a defibrillator pacemaker in me?
Because they have sons in college.
Right. Wow. I want to get it out.
Okay, well, you may want to leave it in there. Okay, you survived the procedure. Okay,
Right.
And so, okay, so it may be one of those things when the battery runs dead on it or it stops working, just don't say anything. And they call you up 60 years from now and say it's still working good. Okay.
This one's a
Okay.
13-year battery life, they said.
Okay. Okay. Well, very good. Keep us informed. Call us every couple of weeks or so. You'll have a great testimony.
Okay, will do. Thank
Okay,
you.
dear. Okay. Annie, get your gun.
Yeah, really. That was
Yeah.
it.
You probably never heard that before.
No, I didn't. Actually, I lived in Ruidoso, New Mexico, which is home of Billy the Kid, and then you get your gun.
Well,
for a
there you
while.
go.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay. You bet. God bless.
Bye, you too.
Thank you, Annie. All right, next, Dr. Wallach, we have Jonathan Burns with his hand up. So Jonathan, can you hear me? right, so,
Yes, I'm here.
oh, there you are. Go ahead, you are on live with Dr. Wallach.
How can we help you, sir?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry, I had my Bluetooth on. I'm 37, weigh about 190. See, my thing is I'm on methadone. I've been on it for
Why?
about 2 years, and it's causing
Why?
digestive problems.
Yeah, why are you on methadone?
Uh, I'm a recovering heroin addict,
Okay.
so I go to the clinic,
Mm-hmm.
or I go to a clinic, but I get
Mm-hmm.
I get
Okay,
take
stop
homes.
there. Okay, I get it. Now, do you have any issues other than this? Do you have any high blood pressure, diabetes, liver cirrhosis? Do you have skin problems, bowel problems, what's kidney issues? You're on dialysis. What's going on?
So I think I have Hep C,
Okay.
high blood pressure,
Okay.
and constipated all the time.
Okay. Do you have any skin issues or lung issues?
I had skin issues before, ever since my teenage years, and then it's not too bad now.
Okay, so kind of a low grade eczema, dermatitis, dry skin kind of stuff.
Not really. I mean, when I was a teenager and
Yeah.
my young adult life, I did, but
Okay. All right. But high blood pressure. Okay, here we go. What I need you to do is get rid of all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bran, rye, oats. And then because you weigh 190, I want you to take 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose of everything twice a day. I want you to take 3 of our Ultimate Daily Classic tablets 3 times a day. That's 3 bottles a month. That's 3 with breakfast, 3 with lunch, 3 with dinner. They're going to support healthy blood pressure. Your blood pressure will slowly go down. Reduce your medication as your blood pressure drops. Okay. The constipation, we have what we call herbal rainforest. It's our minerals with some detoxifying herbs, which will help you with your methadone and farmer addiction process. Okay, it's called herbal rainforest. I want you to take an ounce of that twice a day. It'll be 2 quarts a month. Herbal rainforest. I love that. Tastes good, and it's got, I think it's like 13 detoxifying herbs in there. Just what you need here. Take an ounce twice a day of our, again, herbal rainforest. And then I also, because you have Hep C, but you're going to be taking 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, I also want you to take our killer biotic. Take 3 of those twice a day as kind of a antiviral herbal combination there. Okay, take 3 of those twice a day. It's called Ultimate biotic. Okay. Okay. And
so now you
a
think
killer
that'll get rid
biotic.
of the? Would that get rid of the Hep C? You think?
Well, I can't claim that, but what will happen is your liver will be happier. I'll say it that way. Okay, and you take the 2 healthy brain and heart packs. It has things specific to the liver. That healthy brain and heart pack, we should have called it the healthy brain, heart, kidney, liver, muscle, bone, lung, nerve, thyroid pack. But it would be too clumsy. And so we just called it the healthy brain and heart pack because we figured everybody with a healthy or that's interested in their brain and heart also has these other issues. Okay, so that's why we gave it the name we did instead of giving it 8 names, what it should have. Okay.
Now, what about coming off the methadone? That's my biggest concern. I think it's causing issues. Maybe that's my blood pressure problem.
Well, the methadone can definitely be gotten rid of, but see, get on our program for a month, and then try cutting your methadone by about 10%. Don't cold turkey off of it. Get on our program for a month, get off the bad foods, get on everything I just told you for a month. And if you didn't get it down, it's, being posted as we speak. And so you can, later on, you can go back and get everything I told you to take. Okay. And so, and after a month I'm on everything and a month on the diet, you can start the diet as soon as you hang up. Okay. What state are you from?
Indiana.
Okay. Yeah, we have, warehouses in the Midwest there. So you can tell them, when you put your order in with these guys, go ahead, call the number that Rebecca's going to give out again. And she will give you the number to call. and just let them know that you live in Indiana. Obviously, they're going to know from your address. Just say, can you ship from one of those Midwest shipping centers instead of the West Coast? And it'll get to you 2-3 days earlier, okay? But you can start the
Okay.
diet as soon as you hang up. But yeah, you should be able to get off of methadone, but don't cold turkey off of it. You start out by taking everything, get on the diet, and then in a month, after being on the diet and getting rid of all the bad stuff, you and taking the 90 cents of nutrients and the secret sauces we just talked about.
Mhm.
What you want to do then is reduce your methadone by say 10%. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you,
And if
doctor.
okay, God bless you, sir. Keep us informed. Call us every couple of weeks. You'll be a great testimony for lots of people. You're not the only one.
Awesome. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Bye-bye.
And Jonathan, you can go to AskDocLove.com to get the good foods, bad foods list. And you can also use the contact us there if you need help with that protocol. Okay.
Okay.
So Dr. Wallach,
I'm here.
we are coming to the top of the hour. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you perfect now. Whatever you did worked.
Awesome. Well, I just want to thank you again for taking this day after Thanksgiving to be with us today, allowing us to be able to ask questions in regards to our most greatest asset, our own health.
That's
So
correct. And of
everybody,
course,
thank you so much for joining us.
well, thank you so much, Rebecca, and thank you and the team and John T. and let's see here, Nasima, and everybody else who's been with us for so many years and so many days and so many hours and so many minutes. We appreciate everybody. And I couldn't give up today because you are family, our listeners are family, and we have to take care of each other every minute of every day. And so I look at this as a good use of a holiday.
Agreed. We are family. I love the fact that we can come together as a community and just ask questions and get direct answers. Thank you, Dr. Wallach.
Thank you, and God bless you, Rebecca.
Thank you, Dr. Wallach. God bless you as well, greatly.
Thank you, everyone.
Again, go to AskDocLove.
Oops, sorry, you were breaking out. Thank you, everybody. Do visit AskDocLive.com, or if you're a first-time caller, please call 855-949-7234. Invite your family and friends to attend these calls. These are available to everybody. We want to grow our army, our Dr. Wallach's army. So please invite everybody. New people who are new, they may not be listening to you, but if they attend this call and listen to, as they say, from the horse's mouth, Dr. Joel Wallach.
You got the correct end.
then they may listen. At least you planted the seed. So with that, everyone, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for taking the time on this holiday, as you as well, Dr. Wallach. Thank you as always. Safe and happy holiday weekend to all. Have a blessed one. Bye-bye.